Is anybody else out there confused about doing cardio right now? I can't help but feel like conversations about cardio have become super loaded recently. So for any of you out there who are feeling genuinely overwhelmed by the cardio conversation, you're not losing your mind. The problem isn't that you don't know enough. The problem is that you've been given blanket statements from people who don't know you. The right amount of cardio for you is the amount that supports your goals without compromising your recovery, your strength, and your sanity. Cardio serves three primary purposes in your training: cardiovascular health, calorie expenditure, and stress management. Not muscle destruction, not metabolism murder. Those are myths that we're leaving behind today. You came here to build a body that feels powerful, a mind that feels clear, and a life that feels intentional. So listen up. Is anybody else out there confused about doing cardio right now? As an Olympian and expert, I can't help but feel like conversations about cardio have become super loaded recently, with the rise in popularity of strength training being one of the factors. So if you're wondering whether it's worth spending time on the treadmill anymore, then you're not alone. In fact, just last week, I saw an influencer with millions of followers promoting the idea that cardio is a complete and utter waste of time. And then fast forward to this week, and I've got an experienced doctor promoting the benefits of walking. So who do we trust? Where do we start? And who on earth do we believe? The reality is the conversation about cardio is a nuanced one, but in simple terms, it comes down to what your overall health and fitness goals are. So for any of you out there who are feeling genuinely overwhelmed by the cardio conversation, you're not losing your mind. You're also not an expert. And more importantly, when would you realistically have enough time to do the research to find out the truth? Now, fortunately for you, I absolutely love this shit. And it's my goal to make sure that you get simple, actionable steps that you need in order to make progress. Because as a woman, that's the very least you deserve from your investment of time, money, and energy. And quite frankly, all this confusion, all of this back and forth, it's exhausting. I'm Louise Hazel, Olympian fitness expert and CEO of Slay. Welcome back to another episode of Slay, the Centre of Excellence for Women's Health, Fitness, and Life. Today, I'm exploring one of the most commonly asked questions: how often should I do cardio? Now, if you're anything like me, then you're a woman who shows up for herself. Maybe you run a business, maybe you manage a team, or maybe you make decisions that affect people's livelihoods. Either way, you've built a life for yourself that matters. And yet here you are, standing in your bedroom at 6 a.m, trying to decide whether you should go for a run or lift some weights, wondering if you're sabotaging your body composition goals, feeling like you should just know this already. Now, let me tell you something. The fact that you're even asking this question means that you care and that you're already a million miles ahead of most people, and that counts for something. It means that you're thoughtful. It means that you're trying to make informed decisions about your health instead of just following whatever trend shouts the loudest. That's not a weakness. That's wisdom, trying to break through the noise. Now, here's what's really happening. Cardio has become this loaded, emotionally charged topic in the fitness world, and you're getting caught in the crosshairs because somewhere along the way, cardio became the villain in somebody else's story. And now you're carrying around this low-grade anxiety every single time you lace up your running shoes or hop on a bike. But I'm here to tell you that that's their shit, not your shit. The problem isn't that you don't know enough. The problem is that you've been given blanket statements from people who don't know you. You've been told cardio will make you skinny fat, or that you need to do fasted cardio for fat loss, or that steady state cardio is a waste of time. And none of these people stop to ask, what do you actually enjoy? What fits your schedule? What makes you feel strong and capable? And what are your actual goals? This isn't just about fitness. It's about your identity as a woman who's tired of being told what to do with her body by people who've never walked a day in your shoes. You're facing decision fatigue in a world that's constantly moving the goalpost on what optimal looks like. And that's making you second guess your instincts, which, by the way, are probably pretty solid. So to help you get out of the weeds and back on these streets, I've put together these 5 strategies that are based on science-backed data and real-world results from working with ambitious women just like you. The first step is to understand that cardio serves 3 primary purposes in your training: cardiovascular health, calorie expenditure, and stress management. Not muscle destruction, not metabolism murder. Those are myths that we're leaving behind today. So listen up. Step 1, you're going to need to define your actual goal. Before we talk frequency, we need to talk purpose. Are you training for cardiovascular health, meaning you want a strong heart, good endurance, and longevity? Are you trying to create a calorie deficit for fat loss? Or are you using cardio as active recovery and mental clarity? These are 3 different intentions with 3 different approaches. For cardiovascular health, the American Heart Association recommends 150 minutes of moderate intensity or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity aerobic activity per week. That's it. That's the baseline for a healthy heart. It could be brisk walking, cycling, swimming, or dancing, whatever gets your heart rate elevated. This isn't about punishment, this is about maintenance. Now, if you're using cardio to support fat loss, here's the truth. Cardio creates a calorie deficit, but so does managing your nutrition and building lean muscle. You don't need to do endless hours of cardio to lose fat. In fact, my fat loss clients that are seeing the best results at Slay do 3 cardio sessions a week, around about 30 to 60 minutes each, combined with strength training 3 times per week. That's it. The rest is nutrition, sleep, and stress management. And if you're using cardio for stress relief because you're a high performer who needs to move in order to process, then the frequency should be based on what your nervous system needs, not what some fitness influencer says is optimal. Next up, step 2, stop demonizing steady state cardio. Steady state cardio got a bad reputation because every good story needs a villain. But here's the reality. A 30-minute zone 2 effort where you can hold a conversation but you're definitely working is incredible for your mitochondrial health, your cardiovascular system, and your recovery between heavy training sessions. The women that I work with at Slay who feel the best in their bodies typically do 2 to 3 steady state cardio sessions per week. This might be a morning walk, a bike ride, a swim, or an incline treadmill session. It's low stress on your joints, it doesn't require intense recovery, and it actually supports your strength training by improving your work capacity. And it does absolutely wonders for your mental health. In fact, more recently, I've been experiencing recurring sciatica where I would literally find myself unable to walk properly or run for weeks on end. Now, at first, I was super frustrated, but once I started listening to my body, reducing the load of my weights, taking my running down to walking, and taking my time to stretch, get mobile, and get regular massage, I started feeling better than ever, and my body composition has improved. And I feel less stressed because there are many ways to skin a cat, but cats are best skinned with patience. And now I mean that figuratively, not literally. Step number 3. Use HIIT training strategically, not desperately, because high-intensity interval training is effective, but it's also really demanding on your central nervous system. If you're already stressed from work, undersleeping, and pushing hard in your strength sessions, adding 4 to 5 HIIT workouts per week is a recipe for absolute burnout and injury. For most women, 1 to 2 HIIT sessions a week is absolutely plenty. Now, these should be short, 15 to 20 minutes, and purposeful. Think sprint intervals, bike sprints, or rowing intervals. The goal is intensity, not duration. And honestly, if you hate HIIT, you don't have to do it. There's no cardio police coming around to arrest you for preferring a long walk. But if you are going to do it right. Aim for 6 to 8 maximal efforts on a piece of equipment of your choice. Blast it for like 10 to 20 seconds, then take full recovery. You could take as much as 4 to 6 minutes if you need it, because what matters is the quality of each sprint. Step number 4, match your cardio to your strength training. This is where most people get it wrong. If you're lifting heavy like 4 days a week, your body needs recovery. So piling on intense cardio every day isn't optimization, it's just more stress. Your cardio should complement your lifting, not compete with it. So on heavy leg days, keep your cardio low impact, think walking or cycling. And on upper body days, you have a little bit more flexibility. Now, on rest days, gentle movement like yoga or walking supports recovery without adding training stress. The goal is total training load management, not just accumulating more work. Now, step number 5, listen to your body, not the algorithm. Your body will tell you when you're doing too much. If you're constantly exhausted, if your strength is declining, if your sleep is disrupted, if you're losing your period, if you're getting sick frequently, these are signs that your training volume, including cardio, is too high. Conversely, if you're feeling energized, if you're sleeping well, if your lifts are progressing, if you're feeling mentally clear, then it means you're in the sweet spot. This isn't about hitting some arbitrary number of cardio sessions. It's about creating a sustainable routine that serves your health, your goals, and your life. So stop doing cardio based on what you think you should do and start doing cardio based on what actually serves you. Stop punishing yourself with exercise that you hate because someone told you it's optimal, and start building a routine that makes you feel capable, strong, and energized. The right amount of cardio for you is the amount that supports your goals without compromising your recovery, your strength, and your sanity. For most women, it's 2 to 4 sessions per week at varying intensities, combined with solid strength training and adequate rest. It's not sexy, but it is effective. Remember, you came here to slay, not shrink, not to exhaust yourself, not to optimize every single minute of your existence. You came here to build a body that feels powerful, a mind that feels clear, and a life that feels intentional. You're not an idiot for being confused by contradictory advice. You're a woman trying to make informed choices in an industry that profits from your confusion. And now you have clarity. Trust yourself, trust your body, trust that you're capable of figuring out what works for you through experimentation, self-discovery, and honest self-assessment. You've navigated harder things than cardio frequency. I promise you that. That's a wrap on today's episode of Slay. To my regular listeners and Slay Day Ones, if you like this episode or found it useful, then I'd appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and send this to one of your friends that might find it interesting or useful so that more people can discover our community and so that we can continue to build a community of people we actually like. In return, I promise to keep striving to bring you the very best episodes and get you the information that you need to make a difference in your life, because you deserve to win. Now, if you need some home workouts, check out our app. If you need some in-person community, check out our run club. We're at 9:30 a.m. every Saturday at the Hollywood Bowl. And if you need personal training, DM me directly. All of the links you'll find below. That's it for today, guys. I'll see you all next week.